Hello, welcome to the Telegraph Studios, where we're joined by Jamie Carragher, Telegraph columnist, Liverpool legend, England international, and we're going to predict the whole tournament using the Telegraph's Euro 2024 predictor. Jamie did this with the equivalent for the last World Cup and got it absolutely spot on. Argentina did win it in the end. So, Jamie, let's see who you go for this time.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully it's England, but let's see where we go.
Okay, so we start with Group A, and what we're going to do is we're going to put them in order. So we're not going to go through every fixture. We're going to put them in order, and then we'll go through the draw that way. So who do you see as top of Group A?
I think Germany, being at home, I think Nagelsmann, I think he's a top manager. I think it was a mistake for Bayern Munich actually to get rid of him. So I think they'll top the group. I mean, the first game's against Scotland, isn't it? So listen, that'd be a great game. You know, Scotland will bring the numbers over. But I actually see Hungary joining them.
You're impressed by them?
Yeah.
They've done well against England in the recent past?
Yeah, they've done well of late. The Liverpool man, Szoboszlai's their star man. He's had a decent season, but I think he'll have a really good tournament. So he comes in there. And I think Switzerland come next and then Scotland last.
So Scotland are going out. Okay. Right, so in this, as we know in this competition, there's 4 third-place teams will get into the round of 16. We'll come to that later. Okay, Group B, this is a really tough group, and even Albania were undefeated in qualification. So when you take away the big 3 international sides they're up against,
I think there's going to be just the nature of the strength of the group. There's going to be a lot of points dropped, I would imagine. I think this will go to the last game of the group, but. Yeah. I'm going to go for, this is a tough one. I'm going to go for Spain.
Okay.
To top the group. I'm actually going to go Croatia second.
The great Modric still playing at 38. He's older than Wayne Rooney.
One of the greatest, one of the absolute greats that we've ever seen. I'll go Italy, Albania.
Okay. Right, so that's probably one of the toughest groups. Now we come
Italy may not, if the third place team in that group may actually not go through if there's so many points taken off each other.
That's going to be one of the issues with this new format. Okay, we go from one of the hardest groups, one of the one of the easiest groups. So, what do we think?
Is that a bit of complacency kicking in there, Sam? We're going to go England top the group. And
then Denmark they've been good in qualification again.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Denmark. I like Denmark, and they do really well. And then we're going to go Serbia.
Right.
And Slovenia fourth.
Let's see where we go next. We go to the Netherlands, Austria, France, Poland. Again, this is a tough group. And Austria are resurgent under Ralf Rangnick. Netherlands back in it. They're very high ranking. I think they're ranked about 7th in the world at the moment. And France, clearly beaten World Cup finalists, great side. And Poland, still strong, one of the strongest teams they've had in years.
I'm going to go France. I think on paper they are maybe the best team in there, as you just mentioned, World Cup finalists. I'm going to go Holland second. Big Virgil get them through. I'm going to go Austria and then Poland. Okay.
So we go on to another group which features an undefeated team, which is in qualifying, which is Belgium. Maybe the tail end of that great generation.
Yeah, Belgium top the group.
Romania also undefeated in qualification. That's
why they're going second, Sam.
There you go. They'll be delighted.
I'm going to go Ukraine third.
Okay, they were in England's group in qualification. Right, and finally, Group F with one of the strongest teams in Portugal in the draw.
Yeah, got some great players, and we'll see where they get to at the end of this tournament when I predict it. So they'll top this group. I'm going to go Turkey second.
Yep.
Yeah, and then we'll go Czech Republic third.
Okay. Georgia qualified through the playoffs. Right, so the next job is to look at our third place teams, and although it's difficult because, as you rightly said, certainly in Italy's group there's going to be a lot of points taken off each other. If you could rank those, and then we can sort out our round of 16.
So the 4 I think will go through out of that 6.
Yep.
I think Switzerland will be one of them.
Yep. Are we putting them first?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think Serbia. I think Austria.
Austria, yep. David Alaba injured for this tournament.
Yeah. I'm going to go Ukraine.
Okay. Italy and the Czech Republic miss out.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just think the strength of the Italy group means that even the teams who at the top of the group mightn't get that many points,
Yeah.
so I think it'll be tough for them.
Yeah, okay. Right, so we're on to the knockout stages now, so some great games here, really great games.
It's a great tournament, the Euros, isn't it?
It is, it's so fast.
When you get to the knockout stage.
The quality is really high. You never played at one yourself, although you went to Euro 2004, but
didn't get on the pitch. No, that was Portugal. That was a great tournament as well.
Yeah.
That's the one I think England. Listen, we always say that we've got so many hard luck stories, haven't we? Certainly from the golden generation. But that was the tournament that I look at. That I think if Wayne Rooney hadn't have got injured in the quarterfinals,
it was the Portugal game. Yeah. It was his metatarsal.
It went to penalties. I think if Rooney stays on the pitch, I think he conjures something up, or he creates something, or he gets a goal, because that was his best tournament as an England player. So I think
there was a few people. So it was Lampard's as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. There was a few in there. So no, I think when you talk about the golden generation, I think that was the peak moment when we had a good tournament. Because I don't think 2006 was that much of quality. 2010 was really poor. 2008 we didn't qualify.
Germany v Denmark.
I'm going to go for Germany.
Yeah.
I think Germany have sort of flattered to deceive in the last few tournaments, but I feel like you always want a strong Germany in tournaments, and they're at home.
As long as they don't win it. Yeah,
as long as they don't win it. But, it's a great nation in terms of producing players and great football teams. So I see them going through.
It's a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm going to go for Hungary.
Right.
Yeah, I think they've done well over the last couple of years. Punched above their weight. Croatia, listen, being one of the best nations that we've seen. Certainly in the last few years, we know that through experience of England under Gareth Southgate as well. But no, you're talking about Modric's age now, still pulling the strings for Real Madrid at times off the bench. But I'm just going for those extra legs and power from Hungary.
Okay, good. And this would be a big game, Spain against Ukraine. Manchester City's Rodri is the star of this Spain side. You've got Mudryk for Ukraine and Yarmolenko. How do you see that one going?
I'm going to go for Spain.
Yeah.
They've got the better quality of players, and you mentioned Rodri there. I mean, I don't think this is the Spain of old, we know that. But I think in Rodri, they've got a player who could have played in that team and is possibly the best player in that position in world football right now.
Okay, the big one, England v Austria. This will be
England v Ralf Rangnick. Yeah. Well, he was actually ridiculed a little bit in England, wasn't he?
Yeah, he had a rough time, didn't he?
Yeah, so he'll want to prove a point. I think it'll be one of those games that's not a great watch, but we'll have enough to get through. We'll just do enough, and they'll try and make it difficult.
Okay. Portugal, Switzerland.
Portugal through there, got real quality.
The Netherlands against Romania.
Yeah, I think Holland will get through there. The Netherlands will go through. Belgium, we'll go for them.
And then finally France.
Yeah, France, Turkey. France will go through.
Turkey managed by Vincenzo Montella.
He was a good striker. Playing against him for Roma.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was playing under Capello.
Yeah, that's right.
In that team, yeah. I mean, that's some quarter-final lineup.
Look at that.
I really hope I've predicted this right, because if I'm watching that at home, that is going to be a sensational quarter-finals.
So this is a big call, Germany against Spain.
I'm going to go for Germany. As I said, I don't think it's the Spain of old, and I just think Germany... And listen, you've got to factor in the home advantage. It's going to be really tough for anyone to beat Germany in their own backyard. So I'm going to go for Germany. Portugal, Netherlands. When I think of the Netherlands now, I think of who are the players that really stand out. You can't look further than the centre-back in Virgil van Dijk. Still as good as anybody in that position. But when I think of the attacking players Portugal have got and midfield players, and I don't think the Netherlands right now have the quality that they have in the attacking players.
Yeah. Okay, so Portugal go through. And then Belgium, France. This is two neighbours who've played each other before.
Unfortunately for Belgium, this is going to be another tournament where we maybe talk about them flattering to deceive. They obviously still got Kevin De Bruyne, who, no matter who France have got, they won't have a better player than him, certainly on the ball. But France's pace, physicality, aligned with their, quality as well, I think it'll be too much for Belgium.
Finally, England, Hungary. England have lost twice to Hungary in the Nations League in 2022.
And it won't be 3 times. I can assure you of that. England will beat Hungary. The fact that, they've played them so recently as well probably helps Gareth and the squad as well. The same players will be involved. So I think that's a decent draw. So if I've predicted here right, I think I should be getting a bottle of champagne off Gareth Southgate.
And then finally, look at those semi-finals.
Oh, I really do hope it is that. Not to be proven right yet again, but...
Just for the vindication.
Look at that. Their games to really get the juices flowing.
Yeah, they're great nations that have been really successful in producing top players in the last 10 years. And beyond for many of them, perhaps not England, but could Portugal win in Germany?
I think they've got better players in Germany. Was the home advantage. Can you imagine the atmosphere, Germany getting to a semi-final? I'm not sure exactly where it will be played, but it will be one of the biggest grounds in Germany. Probably 80,000, 90,000 there. Yeah. Roaring them on.
It's hard. It's very hard to compete, however good you are.
I'm going to go for Germany.
Okay. So Germany in a home final, and they will play France or England.
I don't see how England beat France. I know it was very tight the last time we played, and I always just feel like they've just got that.
You don't think England might have learnt from that?
Maybe. Listen, you're talking about Harry Kane scoring a penalty. Yeah. These are the tiny details. Bellingham's a game changer. 2 years on from the last tournament, playing for Real Madrid.
Mbappe's proved himself a big game player, hasn't he? Whereas Harry Kane hasn't quite done that in a semi-final or a final.
What I would say is, I think England's best team beat France's best team at the toss of a coin. Yeah. Some of the players who can't get in the French team, they're winning Champions Leagues. Yeah. They're playing for some of the biggest clubs in the world. And that's me only feeling. If England, can you imagine England losing Kane for that game or Bellingham? Yeah. They've still got player after player after player to sort of come in. You look at someone like Saliba, very rarely gets a chance. Yeah. Well, look, I think he'd be our best centre-back. Yeah. I do believe he would be an absolute shoo-in in the England team. And my one worry with England, coming up against France, when I think of sort of Mbappe, I think of Griezmann, certainly the two of the best in the world right now. I'm not sure we've got the defenders who can stop them.
And I guess by this stage of the tournament, you are going to lose people, and it is going to come down to squad depth.
Yeah, we all know the team that starts a tournament doesn't finish it. And I'm going to go for France to get through.
Okay. Sorry, Gareth. This is a beautifully poised final. You've got France, who are, the great side of Europe over the last 10 years, against a Germany team which would have been resurgent. This would have been a great German rebirth from where they've been in recent tournaments. Have they got enough to beat France?
No. I just keep coming back to the squad of France and who they could bring off the bench, what they could change. And I think Germany are in the final because they're at home. Yeah. I don't think I'd ever put Germany in the final right now if this tournament was anywhere else. I just look at sort of maybe Portugal finding it tough in a stadium full of German supporters. France would have that problem in the final. But the experience they've got, World Cup, players who've won the World Cup, being in a final, I just think France will just have enough to beat Germany in their own backyard.
And do you think Deschamps is the kind of coach? Clearly, he's won a tournaments before, but there's no doubt in your mind over what happened at the last World Cup that he sets up a team to win a game, because often he is a counter-attacking coach.
Yeah, he will be seen as a negative type of coach. Yeah. But actually, when you look through history, that's what wins international tournaments. International football is different to club football and what we expect in the Champions League. And people criticise England and Gareth Southgate for being negative. But look at England's record in terms of where they've got to in tournaments. Now, being pragmatic in an international tournament is what gives you the most chance of success. History tells you that. And I think that's one of the reasons why France have been so successful under Deschamps.
Well, thank you very much, Jamie. It's been really interesting.
I hope I'm wrong.
Hopefully he'll make it 2 out of 2, having predicted the winner of the last World Cup correctly. You can go to the Telegraph website or the Telegraph app to do the predictor yourself and share your predictions. And hopefully you will enjoy the Telegraph's coverage of the Euros. Thank you very much.